Hi friends, today I am going to discuss direct tax CA inter students. In that I am going to discuss incomes which do not form part of total income. That means exemption chapter. I already make a video on basic concept chapter and residential status. Okay? And let's move on into the chapter. And see, basically we will study section 10 exemptions in this chapter. Okay? What does section 10 exemption means? It means such income will not be considered as a part of total income. Okay? In exemptions there are two types, partial exemptions and complete exemptions. Okay? Here we will study few exemptions, section 10 exemptions, and few we will study as when we are studying heads of income. Okay? And few exemptions are at CA final level, which you will study at CA final level only. Okay? And see the section 10 subsection 1, agriculture income. Agriculture income covers the income of cultivator and land owner who has given such land on rent. Okay? Agriculture income can be earned in kind or in cash. Okay? Agriculture income derived from land by way of agriculture or performing such activities generally performed by the cultivator or receives of the rent in kind, so that after such process the agriculture produce is fit for taking into a market. Example of such activities is thrashing, winnowing, cleaning, drying, crushing, etc. Okay, or selling such agriculture produce in the market. Okay, and renting of the land, and the land is used for agriculture purpose or activities or operations. Such agriculture land should be situated in India only. Income derived from farm building attached to agriculture land required for agriculture purpose or activities or operations. These all are the ways for arising agriculture income. Okay? And see, in order to find out agriculture income, cost of agriculture income is allowed as expenditure. Cost of agriculture income is allowed as expenditure. Okay? Net agriculture income is equals to agriculture income minus agriculture expenditure. Okay? And see, in rule 8, apportionment of agriculture income and business income. Income from manufacturing team 40% business income and 60% agriculture income. Okay? And rule 7a, income from manufacturing rubbers in the 35% business income and 65% agriculture income. Okay? And next, rule 7b. Here, income from manufacturing coffee. In this, grown, curd and roasted and mix. So in this, 25% business income and 75% agriculture income. Okay? And here in this, 40% business income and 60% agriculture income. Okay? And see the next, partial integration of agriculture income with non-agriculture income. Partial integration of agriculture income with non-agriculture income. This method given by IT Act for calculation of income tax liability. Okay? Partial integration is applicable to individual, HUF, AOP or BOI and artificial judicial person. Partial integration is applicable if two conditions are satisfied. In that first one, net agriculture income exceeds 5,000 per annum, and non-agriculture income exceeds basic exemption limit. Net agriculture income exceeds 5,000 per annum and non-agriculture income exceeds basic exemption limit. Okay? After satisfying these conditions, then partial integration is applicable. Okay. And see exemptions in that first section 10.1. Agricultural income is exempt in the hands of assessee. Okay. And see section 10.2. Share income of the members from the HUF is exempt in the hands of the members. Okay. And see the next one, 10 subsection 2A. Partner share of income from partnership firm is exempt in the hands of the partners. Under section 10.2A, irrespective of firm total income is nil. Irrespective if firm total income is nil after availing exemptions and deductions. Okay. But salary received by a partner from a firm is taxable. Okay. Only partner share exempt from partnership firm. Okay. And see the next section 10.4. Interest income earned from the money present in the NRE account, NR external account, is exempt if such individual is a person resident outside India as per FEMA 1999 and an individual who has been permitted by RBI to maintain such account. Okay. And see the next section 10.6.1. Income of NR or a foreign company by way of royalty or technical fee rendered in and outside India to the National Technical Research Organization, then exempt. Okay. And see the next section 10.7. Allowances are perquisites paid by the government to the citizens of India rendering services outside India. Also, this comes in second chapter, residential status. Okay. And see the next section 10BB. Remember it, Bhopal blast. Payments to victims of Bhopal gas tragedy is exempt under section 10BB. Okay. And next section 10BC. Remember it, bad condition. Compensation received by an individual at the legal heights on account of any disaster is exempt if the compensation has been granted by CG, SG or local authority. Okay. And see the next section 10.11A. Any payment from Sukanya Samriddhi account including interest and withdrawal from this account exempt. It comes in deduction chapter also. Okay. And next section 10.16. Scholarship granted to meet the cost of education by any source or any amount is exempt under section 10 subsection 16. Okay. And see the next section 10.17. Daily allowances received by members. Members means MPs, MLAs of a parliament, state legislature, any committee is exempt. Okay. Under section 10.17. And see the next section 10.17A. Award in cash or in kind for literary, scientific and artist work and other awards by the government are exempt. Okay. And see the next section 10.18. Person received by individual who has been awarded Paramveer Chakra or Mahavir Chakra or Veer Chakram Gallantry Award as the CG notifies is exempt from tax. Also, family pension received by such individual is exempt. Okay, disability pension granted to disabled person of armed force who has been invalidated an account of disability distribution to such services. Okay. And see the next section 10.26 A. Income from any services in the state of Sikkim, dividend, income and interest and securities is exempt in the hands of a Sikkimese individual. Okay. Exemption not available Sikkimese women who on or after 1st April 2018 married to non-Sikkimese individual. Okay. Exemption not available. And see the next section 10.30. The amount of subsidy received by the assessee engaged in the business of growing and manufacturing tea in India through RF firm, the tea board is exempt. This also comes in clubbing chapter. Okay. And see the next section 10.31. The amount of subsidy received by the SSC engaged in the business of growing and manufacturing rubber, coffee, cardamom, or other specified commodity in India from or through the rubber board, coffee board, spices board, or any other board will exempt. Okay. And see the next section 1032. Income from minor child exempt up to 1500 per annum. Okay. And see the next section 1034. Dividend from domestic companies is exempt subject to provision section 115BBDA. This also comes income from other sources chapter. Okay. And see the next and last section 1035. Any income from the mutual fund or specified understanding or specified company shall be exempt. Okay. I hope these exemptions are clear for you. If you have any doubt from these exemptions, I already make a video on exemptions chapter. This exemptions chapter. Once go through this chapter, I will provide link in description. Okay. And see the next section 10AA. If an entrepreneur establishes an unit in SEZ which begins to manufacture products or articles or things or services between period 1/4/2006 to 1/4/2021 previous year, then exemption is allowed. First 5 years, that means 0 to 5 years, 100% of profit from export business. And next 5 years, that means 6 to 10 years, 50% of profit from export business. And next 5 years, that means 11 to 15 years, 50% of profit from export business. And amount transferred from PNL to SEZ reinvestment reserve account. SEZ reinvestment reserve account, whichever is lower. Okay. Exemption under section 10AA is calculated. Profit of unit in SEZ into export turnover unit of SEZ divided by total turnover of unit in SEZ into percentage based on this. Okay. And see the formats. Section 10(1) agriculture income. See, partial integration is applicable if following two conditions are satisfied. Net agriculture income exceeds 5,000 per annum and non-agriculture income exceeds basic exemption limit. Okay. And see the name of the assessee and residential status and age of the assessee. Okay. And previous year assessment year. Okay. And see the next computation of total income in case of above. Computation of total income in the above cases. Particulars, amount. First, income from salaries, income from house property, income from capital gain, income from other sources, PGBP. And next, income from agriculture, less exemption under section 10(1). Then total income. Okay. And see the next, calculation of income tax liability as per partial integration. Particulars, amount. Tax on agriculture income plus total income. Calculate tax as per slab rates. First, agriculture income plus total income. And next, tax on agriculture income plus basic exemption limit available to individual. Calculate tax as per slab rates. Okay. And the next one, income tax payable 1 minus 2. Okay. And next, less rebate under section 87A if total income less than 5 lakhs. And next, add surcharge depends. And next, add education cess. And next, income tax payable. Okay. And see the next, section 10AA, exemption available to SEZ unit, then assessee, particulars, DTA unit, SEZ unit, total. Okay. Domestic turnover, sales, export turnover, sales, and total turnover 1 plus 2. Then profit. Since the assessment year 2021 falls in, for example, 8 year, then 50% of profit from export business is allowed as expenditure. Okay. And many times this won't come. So ignore this. Okay. And see, exemption under section 10AA. Profit of unit in SEZ, export turnover of unit in SEZ divided by total turnover of unit in SEZ and percentage. And see the percentages. First year, 100% of profit from export business. Next, 50% of profit from export business. And next 5 years, 50% of profit from export business. And to second one, amount transfer to PNL to sedge reinvestment reserve account, whichever is lower. Okay, I will provide these formats in Telegram channel. Okay friends, I hope this chapter is clear for you. If you have any doubt from this chapter, then once go through the exemption chapter. I already make a video. Okay friends, all the best, do well, prepare well, bye bye.